everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. It's so good to see you. Now today I want to talk about the fact that sometimes I feel a little unstable. Well, no, sorry, not me, my cameras. I want to talk about stabilisation. And we're going to start with dun, 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 dun. This little guy here. This is the Ronin S. Now it has one small modification, which is my little handle there. And that handle is to help with fatigue, to help with handling, strangely enough. Now, when this device first came out, I was very excited about the idea of having something that was like a Steadicam, but at like, I don't know, 1/1000th of the cost. This thing was sub $1,000 here in Australia, and it gave you almost Steadicam level footage. That was the idea. That was the promise. That was the prospect. In use, I reckon it probably gets about 80% of the way there, and so it's great for some things and not so great for other things. And then I was out shooting with a dear friend of mine, and we talked about the fact that, oh wow, this is heavy. It's heavy duty. Wouldn't it be great if one day DJI came up with something a little bit lighter? And lo and behold, I think it was less than a year, and we got this guy. This is the Ronin SC. I suppose the C stands for compact, or I don't know. That'll do. Let's call it compact. Now, the Ronin SC, when it first came out, it was like, it's like the baby brother or sister. Either way, it was littler. And just like the Ronin, it was like assembling something out of the Bourne Identity. You know, got all these bits, you can build something. This is the first time I built this one. Let's see if I stuff it up. Come out of the box. There we go. This goes on this way. And it did a couple of little things better than the Ronin S, which was quite frustrating. So the first one that I noticed was locks. This thing has locks. So you can do this and nothing happens to the arms. This one, I don't want to do it because it's bad for it. There are no locks. So it was like, that's awesome. The other thing is, I know this handle's here, but it is, I think, about 40% lighter. Now, what's the trade-off with that 40% lighter? Well, it doesn't carry as much payload. And, you know, that is a thing, depending on what lenses you want to use. And for example, Canon, who have come out now with their amazing 1.2 lenses, they're optically absolutely brilliant, but they are big, maybe not quite that big, but they are big pieces of glass. So I would say a Canon R with some big glass on the end of it will stretch this little guy, whereas the Ronin S will not be stretched. The other major advantage that came with the SC was this piece of plastic here. I know it doesn't seem like much, this little piece of plastic here, but what this was for was, and seeing as we love cameras, we should have a camera here somewhere. Let me grab Sony A7R III. And what this did is you popped this little thing. So this pops on your hot shoe, like so. Then you get your phone, like so. I hadn't pushed the bottom yet. There we go. So you pop your phone in there like so. Geez, there's a fair bit. That's quite a lot of weight, all that stuff. And then you mount this on here, and the software, the DJI software, will follow a person with your phone. It'll send the message to the Ronin, and the whole thing will face track. That's mad. And interestingly, when this came out, people were asking me, would that ever be possible? And I said, yeah, sure, one day. I actually think I wrote in my comments, I'm sure they'll do something. And they did it, like within a year. So these were the advantages: size, weight, locking arms, and face track. This is all really good stuff, right? This is really awesome. So I'm guessing a lot of people that had bought these suddenly ran out and got these for a whole lot of applications which were useful to the smaller size. And of course, it was $5.99 instead of $1,000, so it was a significant reduction here in Australia. So it made a lot of sense. But I wondered, I felt like this thing, the face tracking, would be a software update. So I held off, and lo and behold, I think within about 6 weeks of this being announced, there was a firmware update for these, and you can now do exactly the same thing. That's cool. I haven't actually upgraded mine yet to play with it, but I think it's super cool. So this video is about, well, you know, if you don't have either of these and you're thinking of getting one of them, which one are you going to get? And I think which one are you going to get comes down very much to, are you confident you're only going to have a small body, a small lens on here? And if you're confident of that, then I think you can be confident of this. It is significantly lighter. I can feel it just holding it. So, yeah, so if you're not 100% sure that you're going to have that smaller, lighter camera, then I would definitely go with this one. It is more serious. Some of these parts, like the legs here, are made of plastic on this one, whereas these are definitely metal. So this is definitely the more serious, robust, and has the larger payload. I'll write the payloads just down here at the bottom. So that's all there really is to it. Besides that, functionality-wise, they are near on identical, except for this locking, which I think is great, but that is not enough of a reason if you're simply just going to have just simply heavier stuff, because this can't do it. This can do it. Yeah, so with both of the cameras, you can get the Essentials kit, which basically should be called the Basics kit, and then you can get the Standard kit. And really, the Standard kit gives you a couple of extra Ronin to USB whatever, so whether that's C or various other types of plugs, and the focus wheel. And you pay an extra $200. Again, the focus wheel is something that is a little bit more pro, and you might not need it, and I think the Essentials kit is a great place to start, and you can buy those parts separately later. So, no big deal. In regards to this face detect business, you've also got a new feature which is called Force Mobile. And basically, you point your mobile phone where you want to point it, and the Ronin will follow. Amazing. It's like a robot. So you could set the Ronin up, go over in the corner, and have it doing stuff. So have a think about what your payloads are going to be. Is it going to be the lighter payloads or the heavier payloads? And that's all there is to it. I think the cost difference is negligible if you're going to go heavier. So that's it. So as always, thank you so much for watching. It's so good to see you. And if you like what you see, well, so please subscribe, please share, because it makes us all smarter, and please like, because that's just a beautiful thing. Of course, don't like if you don't like. If you would like to watch more right now, I have over 150 episodes. Just click down there on the Matt Irwin, and you can watch more of me right now. Wouldn't that be good? All right? Okay. I'll see you later. Let's go Ronining. Almost fell down the stairs. Okay. G'day. Oh, I can't see. Thank you so much for coming today. How are you going? It is very good to see you. Today we are going to talk about the Ronin SE. I mean, look how small it is. Who would believe you could get all of this into this tiny thing, and it's all done with nanobots, which is absolutely amazing. So this is the Ronin SE. That'll do.